Good Tuesday morning, Foggers. I hope everybody had a good Monday, and I hope you started focused, engaged, a bit challenged, right? That helps you focus. If we don't have a goal or a task, we tend to just waddle, right? Just float in the water. We want direction, we want a goal, we want a task. Unless we've decided to rest, and then you can vegetate, and that's a good thing. But we don't want to do that every day of our life, and we definitely don't want to do that when we're supposed to be engaged into something. So I hope everybody had a good Monday. It's been challenging helping certain people, and I'm grateful that things turned out in a positive way. And I'll just leave it like that because, again, confidentiality and scenarios, and I don't want people to put two and two together, but I'm just grateful to God that a lot of things have turned out the way they have in people's lives. So what am I bringing you today? Limits, right? I spoke yesterday on the story. I sent a little kind of a phrase about addressing limits. Limits are important in our life, and sometimes they could be a lifesaver. And let me explain. When you're dealing with mental health and addictions across the board, you don't have to be a first responder. When you're in the storm, you don't see a lot of the stuff, right? You don't see where you're at. You don't see how bad you are. You don't see the changes you've made. Your significant others, your family, your loved ones, your children, unfortunately, they see a change in our aspect, in our demeanor, how we are different from who we originally were, right? And I've had spouses tell me, hey, he hasn't been the same since that shooting, right? And I mean, they see the switch right away because people that know you very, very intimately know any little change in your life, right? So setting limits. And if you don't set limits, you can easily become an enabler. And we all love the people that are close to us, friends, family, significant others. And it's difficult sometimes to say no. But by saying no, you can save a life. You can definitely save your relationship. And at the very worst, you will uncover a little bit more truth so you can make educated decisions later, right? In your personal life. And that's not my business. I'm not going there. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you're living a life of addictions and your significant other, friend, family, whoever it may be, is coming home and they're intoxicated, alcohol, they're drinking pills. If you don't set limits, and the reason why I tell you that it's your job is because if you truly love these people and you don't say anything, you're not loving them more. You're not stuck in this world of wanting to be labeled an asshole or difficult. Sometimes you got to be the asshole in people's life. It is what it is, right? Nobody likes to be told no. But when your significant other is in a world of addictions or mental health, because you don't have to have addictions in order to have mental health issues, from brain injuries as a result of trauma and just acute stress, you have to put limits. And families suffer. They lock themselves in the door while somebody drinks himself to death, or they're taking pills or acting a fool. That's not helping them. And it certainly is not helping you. This is not a one-sided issue. This is everybody goes down that rabbit hole with that significant other because there is no differentiation from who is going to get affected by trauma and mental health and addictions. Everybody's going to be affected, right? Like we always talk about. It branches out like a huge tree with those big ancient roots that these large trees have. So setting limits, and yeah, it could be difficult. Yes, there could be some domestic issues and altercations, God forbid, and you need to have a plan. If you're with somebody right now who's in that area and they haven't hit rock bottom and they haven't decided to get help, you have to map out a plan. You should talk to either a professional, maybe another spouse that has been through that, and reach out and get a little bit of information to help you make the right decisions. Setting limits will absolutely help save those people's life, and it'll definitely make sure that you don't have to go down that rabbit hole with that person. And I know we love everybody, but when you are taking care of a small child or a family, and somebody hasn't hit rock bottom and they're going down that thing, you just have to cut ties sometimes because they don't want to do it. And unless they meet a criteria where they can actually be forced to go to detox or rehab or get some mental health, you're kind of left with very little options. And the only option is to set limits. You're not going to stand by and allow them to drink and watch them slowly kill themselves. We're not going to do that. If we went to a call or if we went to a house and somebody was a threat to themselves or somebody, we would act. And we don't act to be bad people. We act to save their life because they are not able to make sound decisions at that time. So, if you want to know more about that, you can contact me or you can look up referrals. And again, if anybody needs to send somebody for a mental health evaluation, if anybody has somebody who may require detox, the very first thing that I'm going to tell you is you can't do shit unless that person says, you know what, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of feeling this way. I don't want to do this anymore. Then we can enact a plan and get them some help. But you will not be able to help anybody until they are ready. And like I told you before, very painfully, a lot of my friends that have overdosed, I was upset, but I've quickly learned going through this journey of mental health, I can't save everybody. Can't do it. So, and that's a difficult thing, as you can tell. That's a difficult thing to navigate because you see families that are being destroyed. You see people that are slowly killing themselves, and trauma and addictions is a slow form of suicide, and it sucks. And it's painful to watch, especially when it's a friend or a loved one that you care about. And it's difficult. But setting limits and creating a plan of action is important to help people. It just is. You can't just jump into a fight. You have to plan the fight, your tactics, your techniques, and all the things you're going to do in order to help these people. And you have to have answers because when you're in addiction and mental health issues, you're going to come up with 1,000 excuses, and you have to come up with some quality, good-hearted, factual information that you can throw back at these people. And the bottom line is, you send people to detox or you send people for a mental health evaluation or just simple therapy, right? You don't have to go to a lockdown facility. Just simple therapy. You just tell them, hey man, I'm putting limits. If you don't do this, then I'm going to have to move on or move out, or you're going to have to do stuff, and that's going to send them down the deeper rabbit hole. But I've always told you, accountability, right? Nobody gets a free pass. You have to be able to say, I have an issue and I have a problem and I want help. And if it's a mental health thing and they're not able to make that, then you have to go the legal process and get some paperwork and get these people into a facility, okay? So today's message was about setting limits and how important they are. They are life-saving. Yes, you might be an asshole for a brief moment in their life, but at the end, once they've had that journey of healing, they're gonna thank you. And your acts are gonna be heroic in saving your loved one, okay? So with that, happy Tuesday. Drink your water, hydrate. It's super hot down here. It's hot around the country right now. Meal prep, treat your body right, treat your mind even better. Do things for you. A little escape in the day is a good thing. Create your world. Keep your circle small, trim the fat. Not everybody in your life is going to bring you the right things that you need in life, okay? So you just drop them by the wayside. No reason to get into it, but we're trying to get better here, all right? So with that, God bless you. Thank you for everything you guys do. And if God allows me to, I'll be here tomorrow, all right? 3 a.m.